All right, this next guest, man, he is going to maybe be on one of the greatest shows on TV. It's called Shark Tank. His name is Jay Grosman. He's an entrepreneur who is taking his car sales concept right up there to the Shark Tank people, hopefully. He's going to be auditioning to be on the show, right?
Right.
Tomorrow?
Yep, 9:30.
You're already going to be, I can tell.
I
by talking.
know for a fact I'm going to be on.
Now, part of the whole thing is this iAutoAgent.
Yep.
Which is really cool, but I want to get to something because deep inside this whole story,
Yeah.
Jay has some news for all of you car owners out there. You may not realize that some things are dangerous about that automobile. But first, let's get to the concept of this. This is pretty cool. You say you're like a real estate agent for cars, correct?
Yes. So like when I've been in this industry almost 22 years, and when you think of the most favorite things to do is not buying and selling cars.
Right.
So I wanted to create just a whole new model that was actually transparent, where you knew exactly what you're buying, that was actually a pleasurable experience, which that really doesn't exist, and make it so it's a win-win for both the buyer and the seller both.
So I want to sell my car,
Okay.
and I then come to you.
Yeah.
Or I want to buy a car, and I come to you.
You could do either one.
Either
Jamie.
one, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then what do you do for me when I want to sell? Like for instance, why not just go, and you'll probably get this question from the Shark
Yeah.
Tank guys, right?
Yeah.
Why not just go to Craigslist, for crying out loud? It's very easy, blah, blah, blah.
That is, well, it used to be easy, and now what's involved is there's a lot of scams out there.
Right.
Okay, so like I actually do speaking presentations throughout St. Louis, and you remember the young man that was killed in Hazelwood?
Absolutely.
I was doing a speaking presentation on that very topic the moment that crime was happening.
Wow.
I kid you not.
Yeah, that's a great explanation as to why sometimes it's very iffy. You
don't know who
can
you're
meet
gonna
somebody
deal
in
with.
parking lots and do all this kind
Yeah.
of weird stuff. I'm a buyer of a car. I
Okay.
come to you
Yep.
guys. You guys have already done a mechanical check on the car, correct?
Correct. And not only just a mechanical check, but an ASE certified independent inspection. So we don't rely on somebody that works for iAutoAgent. It's an impartial party, a lot like a home inspector in a real estate transaction.
And so the other thing that I would think was a positive is like, for instance, you try to buy a car and then you got to get the car, then you got to try to get a history on the car and all this kind of stuff. And you guys do all that stuff
We do.
for me.
We really do. In fact, so like if you're coming to buy a car from iAutoAgent, you go on iAutoAgent.com, you find the car that you want. You could either send us a message or call us, and literally we do professional photos. We're the only company that does a professionally produced video walk around of that car. Because let's face it, how many times have you seen a car on the internet?
Yeah.
And then when you get there, it doesn't quite look the same as what it
Right.
looked like. Okay, so that video takes all that away. Our website sells our cars 95%. All the people want to do is just see it in person just to make sure they like it.
And the other question you'll probably get, and I'm no expert on Shark Tank,
all
but
right.
I've seen them in operation because they're always very skeptical, and I
That's
see
okay.
them sitting there chewing on their pens, and it's very intimidating.
You know what? Nothing intimidates.
So they might ask you, okay, so does this add to the cost? I'm selling my car. I don't want it to cost me money to sell my car, or I'm buying a car. I don't want it to cost more just because I'm using you guys.
That's a great question. So basically the seller literally gets a guaranteed value before we even start selling the vehicle. They're going to never lift a finger or leave their home. We come to them for everything. They will get more money than if they went to a dealership, but that buyer is the one that actually pays our compensation, but in the price of the car. But the benefit is we work on less than a quarter of a margin of what a dealership does, so that buyer can buy an iAutoAgent car for less money. They can buy a higher quality car and provide an amazing experience.
Wow. Okay. So then, when it comes to when like a real estate agent, what they do, and it sounds to me like this is something you guys do, is you create competition. Like you give the car this positioning.
Absolutely.
And in fact, so like on Craigslist, you never know what you're going to get, and you're taking like the first or second person, and it takes you time to kind of create the competition. You guys create the competition, hopefully getting the most dollar you can for your car when you're selling it.
Absolutely. We have about 30 different websites along with social media. We have an amazing following of people that naturally will just come to us and see that car. They'll call us. And I literally have non-commissioned salespeople, so they're not even really salespeople. They're called car advocates that will actually go and show that car with zero pressure to buy that car that day.
Wow, this is really cool. Okay, so let's get to the real quickly
Yeah.
what you've discovered that you want people to know
Yes.
about hidden dangers they might not know about with their car.
Yes, so one of the things, I thought odometer rollbacks were a thing of the past. Well, boy, was I wrong. I wanted to let everybody know that literally within less than 5 minutes with a smartphone and a device that costs $17 on Amazon, plugging it into the car, I can make your odometer say anything you want.
Really?
Really. And it's worse than it's ever been. There's 1.5 million vehicles out there that have this issue. And so the question is what do you do?
Yeah, how do you know?
Yeah, so what you do, there's a lot of different things you can do. Number one, things like Carfax and AutoCheck, which we do on all of our cars, they are not 100% accurate by any means, but what it'll do is it'll show the mileage consistently, and if that mileage changes, then that's a red flag. If you go to the car and the car has 30,000 miles and you look at like, oh my gosh, this thing looks like it has 150,000 miles,
Yeah.
it really might, or
Wow.
250,000. And every day we're scouting for cars. I have people that work for me. I'll go on Craigslist. I will find scams left and right. I can go on Craigslist right now and tell you every scam.
Very cool. Listen, best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
And
I
I
appreciate
think,
that,
and
Jamie.
make sure you give us a message, send us a message, whatever, so that
Oh, I
on
definitely
Monday we can tell people how you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So congratulations,
Thank you.
and congratulations on this business. I
Thank
think
you.
you're a great representative salesman, so I can tell already.
Thank
right?
you very
You don't
much.
need to hear that from me. I'm just telling you. All right.